it, 2 to go. Beep it, 2 to go. Beep it, 2 to go. Hi. Thank you, Wes, for getting me a Chipotle bowl. Thank you for there being a Chipotle bowl, my brother, Jose. Thank you, Max, for getting me a fucking Oasis shirt from Britain. And thank you for asking me to lead. We are best friends now. I have not led this meeting since 2011, and that's a fucking crime. That's 7 years. That's 7 years. That's 4 secretaries a year. That's 28 people who chose not to book me to share my experience, strength, and hope with you people. So, fuck you if you're one of those secretaries. You are dead to me and on the list. Every time I walked in this room, I was wondering when you were going to pick me, but it just didn't fucking happen. You're not invited to my birthday party next week at Skinny's in North Hollywood. Everyone else here is, because I love you. I'm not a musician, but I am doing a band for my birthday, so please come. 7 to 11, Lancashire and Morrison. Okay. That was pure ego speaking to you. Pure ego speaking to you. And the entire point of my program is to smash that ego, is to smash that voice. I have that inner voice. I do have a ledger of all the secretaries who didn't choose me. And that makes me sick, thinking about that ledger and having resentments against those people. So I keep coming to Alanon, not just to deal with the defects that I developed growing up in an alcoholic home, but to smash my ego, because that's where I'm at today. So what I'm going to do, I've led many meetings around this wonderful recovered city, and I do this from time to time because I haven't led here in a while. I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to read the do's and don'ts backwards. Ready? The do's and don'ts of Alanon. Don't forgive. Don't be honest with yourself. Don't be humble. Never take it easy. Tension is good. Don't play. Recreation and hobbies are dumb. Stop trying when you fail. Never learn the facts about alcoholism. Never attend Alanon. Do not pray. Do. Be self-righteous. Dominate, nag, scold, and complain. Lose your temper. Push everyone but yourself. Keep bringing up the past. Keep checking up on the alcoholic. Wallow in self-pity. Make threats you don't intend to carry out. Be overprotective. And be a doormat. All right, so here is the reason I do this, and this was I've been in Alanon for coming up on 19 years. And one of the first aha moments I had in Alanon was when someone else did this at a small meeting on Hollywood and Gardner. And it was the first time that the message of Alanon sort of seeped into my brain, because I realized that I am this guy. Left to my own devices, I am this guy. This is the effects of growing up in an alcoholic home. This is that angry 13-year-old in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, an adult child of adult children, 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 of wonderful Irish drunks. This is me. This is the 13-year-old boy who was so mad that his father's drinking destroyed the family. And it was so mad that his mother was upset, and so mad that we lost the big house in the nice part of town, and then we moved to a 3-bedroom apartment, and was so mad that all the other families had it better, and was so mad that every other kid learned how to do life right. Just so mad. And so as a result of that anger, I fell to this stuff. And I realized once I came to Alanon, and many of you know my story, I came to Alanon to fix someone else. I came to Alanon in the early 2000s to fix my then qualifier, a woman who I chose in 9th and 10th grade to be my wife, cut to us living in Beechwood Canyon in our early 30s. Oh, I mean, early 20s. I'm only 40. My entire drive then was to fix her. And I came to Alanon because I thought that this is where you learned what to do when your significant other was hammered, when they were on their fifth martini at a dinner party, how to get them out of there, how to make the phone calls the next day to manage and control the situation, how to call in sick for work for them, how to nurse them through the hangover, the hangover that was so bad they wanted to kill themselves, how to keep frozen pizzas in the fridge, and how to always have Advil and always have Gatorade, and just trick them into just eating a pizza before bed, like all that shit. None of that shit was working for me, and I came to Alanon because I thought that this is where we would learn to do that. So Alanon was very frustrating to me in the beginning because, and I've said this before, all I heard were people bitching about a date that had gone wrong, or an audition that they blew clearly, or obviously a script that wasn't selling, and I was really, really mad because I needed answers. I needed to know what to fucking do. I needed to know. But for some reason, I stayed. And then the second big aha moment after hearing the do's and don'ts was getting to this meeting. This specific meeting, which used to be on the corner of Fountain and Fairfax. And 18 years ago, this meeting was not as groovy and beautiful and wonderful as it is. It was filled with just complete lunatics and mad people. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful because it was a room of people who were sharing about what it was like to grow up in an alcoholic home, and share about the anger that they felt, and share about, what they were going through when dad was gone and when mom was distraught, or vice versa. And it was incredibly powerful because that was the first time in my life that I could breathe and feel a part of. I could go, oh, I'm not alone. And it was really, this meeting is, I know I joke a lot, but this meeting is so important to me because it is the core of my own thing. Because my own thing is, I am the person who's got the ism. I have the Alanon-ism. I am this guy. I will be this guy later on today. Later on today, I will be this guy. And the whole issue for me is, how long am I going to be this guy? Am I going to be this guy for years? Or am I going to try to knock this guy down with a phone call, with meditation, with exercise, with recreation and hobbies? What do I need to do to not be this guy and go the other way? That's the reason that I keep coming back to Alanon, because Alanon gives me the tools to not be the adult child of an alcoholic with the character defects and the control and the anger and the resentment and the rage and the why me and the wallowing in self-pity. What do I need to do to knock it down? All the tools are here in this program. If you are like me and you're wondering how this is all going to work, it will take time. But if you get a sponsor and you work the steps and you participate and you show up and you listen to what other people do when they feel wonky, and you listen to what other people do when they are filled with rage and resentment and wondering when the next thing is going to come. When am I going to get the job? When am I going to get the girl or the guy? When am I going to have a better body? When? When the fuck is it going to happen? How do you dismantle that? How do you dismantle that ego? How do you dismantle the voice that is probably keeping you in place? All the worrying in the world and the anger in the world about my condition being my Alanonism. Why am I stuck in this place and not over here? All the worrying about it and anger about it and resenting got me no closer to the promised land that I wanted to get to. No closer at all. There was no solution in this manic, ego-driven, rage-filled thing. That person that was just running around trying to force solutions on the universe. It got me no closer to being happy, joyous, and free. It got me no closer to being the person who can do the do's and don'ts naturally. It got me no closer at all. So what I'm going to talk about this in the second part of the meeting, but so what I'm trying to really do is to focus on staying. How do I stay in that sort of elevated state? How do I stay in the place of happy, joyous, and free, despite my current condition? I'm single. not exactly generating the income that I want right now. So instead of beating myself up about that right now, how do I feel the way that I think I would feel if those things were happening in my life and stay in that place? Because I now believe, after being in Alanon for so long, that by feeling those things, that will help me get me to where I want to go. So I hope I've said something. Thanks for letting me share. Just a beep at 3. Just a beep when I'm done. Because is it 3 minute share?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 minute share. I've made a mental note of everyone who has not come in to hear me lead the second half of the meeting. They are dead to me too. Okay, so family disease of alcoholism. One of the biggest feelings I had as that kid in that house was a profound belief that I was not where I was supposed to be. The good life was taken from me because of the family disease of alcoholism. My dad's drinking, my mother's rage about it and despair about it. So anxiety for me will always set in when I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. When I feel like the mythical job is too far from me. When I feel like the mythical body is way too far from me. When I feel like that relationship, that she doesn't even live in Southern California. So what the fuck? Anxiety. Anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. So the reason I keep coming, as I said before, is to dismantle that anxiety that will come and hit me at some point later today. And here is the Jedi level Alanon question. How would you feel, how would I feel if things were different? How would you feel if that qualifier in your life was sober? How would you feel if the qualifier in your life was the person that you wanted them to be? Would you feel safe? Would you feel free? Would you feel loved, heard, understood? Would you feel joyous? Would you feel prosperous? Would you feel safe? Would you feel safe? Would you feel safe? Those feelings, those emotions, those thoughts are available to you now, despite the current condition of that other person and other places and other things. Those feelings are available to me, despite the lack of a significant other, despite the fact that this project is frustrating and this project is frustrating, despite the fact that I've got a Valley Dad bod now and there's really not much I can do about that. I play basketball 3 days a week at the Hollywood YMCA. I am no closer to looking like Tom Brady of the New England Patriots. So, but how would I feel? How would I feel if I had those things? Would I feel happy, joyous, and free? And so what do I need to do today to feel happy, joyous, and free? Because I now believe, after all this time in Alanon, that those things will flow. Those things will flow. Those things, we're always going to have wants and desires and hopes and dreams. Those things are great because they do keep us moving forward. But how do I move forward with confidence rather than anger, despair, resentment? When's it going to happen? Oh my God, all the things that I've tried to do, everything I've tried to pull off, managing, controlling, it's not fucking working. So how do I stay in that headspace? And now I know I need to do whatever I have to do. Hobbies, recreation, go to Malibu, meditate. Be grateful. Be grateful for the fact that I'm leading this meeting for the first time in 7 years. Rather than be angry about the fact that I wasn't picked for the last 7. Be grateful. The answers are here. Just keep coming back. Things will get better. That's all I have to say. Okay, meeting is now open for sharing.